Assalamualaikum and good day everyone that is watching. My group and I has been assigned to analyze the case study of Ford and auto company transition. Before we get into it, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nur Alisa binti Ahmad Afizah and these are my group that will be present in this video. Without further ado, I'll begin my presentation by discussing the case study's background. In this section, my partner Basit and I will discuss the revolutionary changes made by Ford CEO. It all started with Henry Ford, the business founder, as he began the company with a vision for its lasting impact, which is to make luxury vehicles at reasonable prices while simultaneously employing technology to address consumer concern. Henry Ford was the only CEO that holds the position for a very long period. For the year 1999, Jacques Nasser took over as CEO after 39 years of Henry command, and he spent his 2 years focusing on acquisition as a way to transform Ford. However, this strategy ultimately failed since it diverted attention away from running the company day-to-day operation. The third CEO that had took over Ford was Bill Ford, the great-grandson of the company, after Nasser resigned in 2001. Under his control, he has prioritized innovation as a central strategy for reshaping Ford. Not only that, Bill Ford has also recruited an industry outsider, Alan Mulally, to jumpstart Ford's recovery during his year in command. Bill Ford carries his position for 5 years, which were in 2001 until 2006, before handing it to Alan Mulally. And that's all from my part. I will pass this presentation to my partner, Abdul Basit, to explain more on the changes made by the CEO.
Thank you, Alisa. Now I will continue the background of Ford by introducing our next CEO, which is Alan Mulally. Alan Mulally is the man behind the success of Ford in surviving the 2009 economic downturn. He is also the guy who has created the culture of accountability and also collaboration across the organization, and he is also the man who created the vision of One Ford. One Ford is about promoting everyone within the employee to work together to achieve one goal by using one plan. After Alan Mulally, it was Mark Field that has been entrusted with the future of Ford. Mark Field has restructured, creating a new focus and expanding the scope of business activity into innovations. For example, he has created more than 16 new products and also has been created a new division which is Ford Mobility LLC. After Mark Field, it was the time for Jim Hackett for become the CEO of Ford from 2017 to 2020. Jim Hackett has been more focused on multiple vehicles, and he wanted to every single employee within the organization to know every single details about their scope of job. And at the same time, he also has created a new for strategic planning that he wanted the company to venture into, which is completely different from the vision of One Ford that has been created by Alan Mulally. Now I will pass the presentation into the next part to Amirin.
Assalamualaikum, greetings to everyone. Thank you Basit for the great explanation. Before I proceed, let me introduce myself. My name is Khairul Amirin and I will continue on business level strategy of Ford Company. We have identified the types of strategy used by the Ford Company, which is broad differentiation. Broad differentiation can be defined as a business that is distinct from its competitors in some way and appeals to a wide range of consumers. The sentence that shows for using this strategy is the CEO, Mark Field, decided to restructure, creating a new focus and expanding the company's scope from vehicle to mobility. There are 3 ways of improvement in the business level strategy. The first one is advertise One Ford. The idea behind the One Ford vision was to deliver more vehicles globally from fewer platforms. Ford aimed to reduce complexity and cost in order to boost global competitiveness through differentiation and cost leadership. For the point of competitive advantage, when Ford expands internationally, it will experience an increased demand in all its customer segments, and it will offer a better environment for its performance by expanding market shares. Next, the second point is to be a market leader. Ford has gone through an integrated transformational leadership trying to grow its brand awareness and recognition. Ford was addressing some global issues through cost-cutting strategy and product mix changes. Rapid technological change and customer preference are two of the issues. From the point of competitive advantage, Ford will pay attention to diversification and new product development, which lead to improvement in competitiveness. This will significantly improve Ford's performance and efficiency, resulting in enhanced outcomes. Now I will pass to Lukman for the further explanation.
Ford is working to create a winning product portfolio that offer customers what they want in the places where Ford has the best chance of succeeding, so that its vehicles are acceptable and adaptable to customers in other regions. According to the One Ford vision, partnership with local procedure and manufacturer made it easier to cope with local barriers to entry, and this more flexible approach allowed for enhanced product commonality and increased volume. In terms of competitive advantages, by concentrating more on consumers' interests and their unique wants for automotive, the company may be able to retain sustainability in its competitive position.
Thank you, Lukman. Next, let's move on to corporate level strategy. There are two types of Ford's corporate level strategy, which are divestment and also strategic alliance, and I will explain more about the divestment. Divestment is the exit of a business from a portfolio, and in 2011, Ford has decided to close and sold a quarter of its plant for smaller and more profitable Ford. Therefore, Ford's overall strategy was to use restructuring as a tool in order to obtain operating profitability at a lower volume. From the proceeds, Ford was able to design a well-received new products and has put them in a better position to compete and has doubled the rate of the sales from the rest of the industry. I think that is all from me. I'll pass the presentation to Northern Stratina to explain more about the strategic alliance. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Next corporate level strategy that has been used by Ford is strategic alliance, which is also under related diversification. Strategic alliance is a cooperative relationship between two or more firms. In this case, Ford has formed a strategic alliance which works with scale. The purpose of doing this strategy is to jointly produce van and pickup truck and further develop electric and autonomous vehicles. This strategy has bring competitive advantage to Ford as it offsets the intensive competitive pressure and the escalating costs that have been facing by the auto industry over the next decade, as this strategy is considered a strategically defensive move to share vehicle architecture related expenses. So that's all for corporate level strategy. Now I will pass the presentation to Lukman. Thank you.
Conclusion. Summary of finding: as a result of the aggressive restructuring of its operation to match production to demand and the shift to a more balanced product lineup offering the highest quality, safety, value and fuel efficiency, Ford Motor Company is aiming to overtake its competitors and become the market leader. For example, Ford is placing more emphasis on the production of the Ford F-Series, which accounts for 98% of the company's overall sales and is mostly sold in the US and Canada. The Ford F-Series sold 434,000 cars globally up through July 2022, indicating 13% of the market. Thus, the company market share will expand as the automobile sector develops. As a result, Ford Motor Company is developing into a successful global automobile manufacturer.